Welcome back to Grieving and Giving in Early Retirement. I'm Radhika. Thanks for joining me on this video.
This channel is where we talk about living our best life in early retirement, giving back to local and global communities, and the glue that holds it all together, financial freedom.
In today's video, we are exploring some hidden gems in Croatia, including Pula, Bale, Rijeka, and Jasenak, all because we were on our way to the Plitvice National Park. And boy, oh boy, this is the hidden gems that people miss, but we didn't because we were slow traveling.
I left my 23-year-long career in the middle of the pandemic to focus on my passion, a childhood for children, a not-for-profit that I started in 2012 with a mission to fulfill the basic needs of children living in impoverished and underserved communities. And I'm also pursuing my other passion, which is traveling, and I'm coming to you from the amphitheater in Pula, Croatia. What a view.
All right, so Pula, Bale, Rijeka, and Jasenak. Like I said, spots that other people might miss, but we were slow traveling and we did have our own car, so it was easy to do that. Pula, stop number one. We came to Pula for one main reason, to see the amphitheater and the Colosseum that is there. See, I kind of grew up thinking that the one in Rome was like the only or it's the most famous Colosseum, right? But the one in Pula is the most well-preserved amphitheater that you can see, and it is well worth it. We didn't go inside, but you can, and it's about 10 euros per adult to go inside the amphitheater. The amphitheater in Pula was built in the 1st century AD, about the same time as the one that was built in Rome. And when you're standing there, just this whole sense of history, I hope you're aware when you're standing there that, you know, there's a lot of history here. You get chills, by the way. The arches are absolutely fantastic. This is a huge, huge space. So make sure you're walking around and checking it out from all angles. Make sure that when you're taking your selfies to be across the street so you can fit the entire Colosseum in your pictures. Yeah, you might get a car or two in your pictures, but that's worth it. Walk around, like I said, the whole thing. There are so many different angles. My husband, who's a photographer, wanted to make sure he got all the different angles. So make sure you're doing that. A lot of history in this place. You can go inside. Like I said, the day that we were there, they were setting up for a concert. Now, it gives you the chills like you're standing at the Parthenon or the Taj Mahal. Just the historical aspect is definitely something that you appreciate. Now, we spent the day here and then decided that what we're going to do is go check out the rest of the town, and then we would return here for sunset. So what we did was we headed on over to the tunnels and to the bunkers, and we got really lucky because somebody had an unused portion on their ticket, and so we decided to head on in on somebody else's ticket. You get lucky sometimes. Now, the tunnels themselves are pretty simple. They were expanded during both World Wars, by the way, and if you spend enough time, if you go up, there is a view from the top. That's the great part of this. There's a view from the top that you can see of the entire city and of the Colosseum when you are up there. Like I said, these tunnels are not there's nothing magnificent about them, but it's definitely historical and worth seeing. Now, after you're done with the tunnels, come on out and walk around the street. Go look at all these historical monuments and gates that are built around the city. And this is the cool thing about the city. There's all this historical stuff, and right next to it, there'll be a modern apartment complex, or modern day cars, obviously. There's a lot of history in this town, by the way. You also want to check out the Arch of Sergia, which is dedicated to the Sergia family. It is, it's been there for 2,000 years. Now it's just part of the neighborhood, right? And there's a cafe right next to it where there's a bronze statue of an Irish writer who spent some time in Pula. Go ahead, sit in the adjoining chair and have a little chat with him. Also check out the Gate of Hercules. It is historical. Look, there's a lot of ruins here, including, by the way, you definitely want to see the communal palace. It is now the mayor's site and, the city hall. The Temple of Augustus is another place that you absolutely don't want to miss. Another one of those old 2,000-year monuments type things. You want to look into it. Okay, Now, when you're done walking around the city and maybe having a snack or at the cafe or whatever, head back over to the Colosseum for an amazing sunset. When the sunset, the light hits the little windows and the arches, and it is breathtaking. You want to be there for the sunset, for that golden light. Now, we did not stay in Croatia. I mean, in Pula. We stayed in a small little town called Bale. Chapter 2 or Town 2. I loved this town. It is small. It is intimate. I think it only had like 1,000 people. Church in the center. It was a great decision to stay here instead of staying in Pula. Bale is tiny, like I said. They're old townhouses, narrow streets, wishing well in the middle of the town. I mean, how quaint and charming is that? Now, we stayed at a place that we really liked. It was pretty reasonably priced. Right as we walked out of our door, there was a big church tower there and a little church. The people were very, very friendly. And as part of our stay there, we got to enjoy there was like an evening performance at the palace at the castle that we got to enjoy. As part of our stay there, we also got these passes to go to like a beach club. So we were able to go and take some time, relax, and just, chill out, because that's what we're doing. Next stop, Rijeka. We did not stay in Rijeka. We were driving through Rijeka on our way to Rijeka, but Rijeka is a little bit bigger. It's a bigger city. It's a port town, so not as postcard worthy, but very much a pretty place to stop and soak in some of the sights to see. So one of the main thing that you want to see is the Roman Arch. It's the old city gate. It's right in the middle of town. It's surrounded by shops and apartments. You can walk right up to it, which I think is really cool. The other thing is you want to walk the Corso, which is the main pedestrian street full of cafes and bakeries and people going about their business. We also took a drive up to the castle, the Jasenak castle. Even if you don't go inside the castle, the view from up there is absolutely worth it. And I think Rijeka is very much a place to pop in rather than to spend, do an overnight. That's how I would describe Rijeka. Next stop, and this was one of our favorite places, Jasenak. Jasenak we stayed here for 2 nights, and the place we stayed was absolutely fantastic. The hostess was absolutely the hostess with the mostess. She was fantastically friendly. This is a small town. There's nothing really to see. Now, this is actually the start of 2 hikes, the White Rocks hikes and the Samar Rocks hike. So a lot of people stay there for that reason. We just stayed here to chill out, relax, take long walks as we were heading on over to Rijeka National Park. There was no agenda here, honestly, no agenda at all other than to chill. Now, if you want to check out some really amazing pictures of Croatia and of the Balkans, check out my husband's channel, JohnDeSilvaPhotography.com on YouTube. He's got magnificent pictures. My pictures are with my old Samsung phone. His pictures are professional, and he's also got a lot of different playlists. So check him out. I am grooving and giving an early retirement. Oh, loving it. On this channel, I talk about my early retirement lifestyle, including my biggest passion, my not-for-profit that I started 14 years ago, A Childhood for Children, where we have done lots of projects around the world. My other passion is to travel, and I got to step foot on my 7th continent, Antarctica, after I retired early. Now, all this is absolutely fantastic, but folks, I got to tell you, financial freedom, which is my 3rd thing that I talk about, is really the glue that holds it all together and makes things possible. If you're ready for this kind of lifestyle, I hope my channel will provide a roadmap to you and help you retire early and have financial freedom. I truly, truly wish this kind of lifestyle and this kind of stress-free financial freedom lifestyle on everyone who's watching this video. Please make sure that you like, subscribe, and ring that notification bell. Ding, ding, ding. You know the drill. I'll catch you on the next one. Bye-bye, everyone. Thanks for watching.